Okay, so we're back. I've done a lot since the last video. I did eventually get my coilovers. The exhaust is finished. It's sitting pretty nice right now. I'm still gonna lower the front another centimeter or two just to match the rear and adjust the rear rebound because it's a bit bouncy. The front, the steering isn't super happy because of how much I lowered it. But I also got this quick steer kit from Classic Swede with my coils, which the purpose of it was, I mean, obviously a little bit of angle, which I don't really need on a daily driver car, but it comes with all these spacers to kind of set the tie rod attachment point to where it used to be, because it's super, I mean, it's like this stock, and I'm probably going to end up blowing the car like 3 or 4 inches from stock. So the more you lower it, the more those go up. So we want to bump those back down and then put the quick steer in at the same time. We've got our quick steer in. No, I gotta align those. But we're here, and then I just set the Ackerman stock. So this arm, control arm, and tie rod end are about 1.5 inches lower, which is probably gonna be much happier with how low this is. The sway bar, I had to remove the front sway bar because of the exact same reason. Look at the length of these sway bar end links. So for one, these bushings are roached, so I've got new bushings coming. They don't exist in poly, which is unfortunate. Just had to get rubber ones. And then I did a quick search online, and I was gonna cut and weld these and sleeve them, but apparently you can just get 2005 Buick Century rear sway bar end links, and they bolt right up, and they're about this big, so they're 2 or 3 inches shorter. Here are the Buick Regals. So these are the Buick Regal ones, and these are the stock ones. These have an angle on them, and these are just square, so I don't know if they're gonna work, but they're exactly the same aside from that, besides the length. So let's see if it works. They do work, they're right length. Just need to tighten everything up. The Grand Prix ones I have are pretty low quality, so we're getting these. These are 150 mil to 210, also for Grand Prix. Adjustable ones, which are nice because then we can get that 45-degree angle or whatever degree it is that the stock 960 has, which no other car seems to have. So those will be beefy and nice. And then that'll solve a few problems. You can definitely tell there's no sway bar in the front, especially on the 960s. This is a thick sway bar. Let's see. Yes, this is a 23 mil sway bar. So I think a lot of people swap these into their 7 and 9 series cars out of these, actually, if that's possible. I don't really know. But aside from that, we've got probably 4 issues I need to address. I've been daily driving the car for like a month now. The Get Reg transmission has a small leak where the seal, the shift rod selector, the seal in there needs to be replaced. And the crank position sensor still isn't quite close enough to the flex plate. So I do have to pull the transmission, deal with that seal, do an oil change on the tranny, fill it up. Because I don't want to play games with Get Reg because they're already kind of weak. And then shave the crank position sensor down 2.5 millimeters, and I should get rid of my hanging idle, I'm hoping. And then the other issue is my diff ratio is, I can't really go on the highway. I can go like 90 kilometers an hour, and it's just 3,100 RPMs probably just hanging out there. It's brutal. So there's a kit in Sweden I can get. It's a ring and pinion that takes it to a 315, which is stock E46 gearing, which is what the transmission came out of, and it's pretty perfect as a daily. Like, I could do 120 on the highway, no problem, which is what I want. I don't want to take this to a track and drift it, even though I'm putting that quick steer on it. Don't worry about it. But other than that, it's been super fun. Here's what we're looking like for RPMs. This is 5th gear. 80 kilometers an hour is like 2,800. Undrivable on the highway. I'm gonna dyno it. I'm just waiting for a slot to just get in and run some numbers. I think it's probably around 210 to the wheels. It drifts in the dry like nothing. So it's super fun. That G80 locker is just, it locks right up, which is pretty awesome. It's slowly transforming into a pretty sweet car. I got it ceramic coated. It's looking pretty sweet. These rims and tires, they are freshly painted silver. To fit these front wheel drive Tethys on, so I have a 10 mil hubcentric spacer, and then to compensate for the 10 mil, I have these lugs. So they sleeve in like probably 7 millimeters. So instead, like with lug bolts, it's easy. You just get a longer lug bolt, but this way you don't have to smack your studs out and put new longer ones in. Just got those puppies, and then they worked well. Here's the classic swede coil. Added a braided line. And then, yeah, the suspension install was a bit of a while. So you have to cut the rear leaf out. No going back now. With these classic swede coilovers, there's not really any way around it because there's two ways to do it. You can get the Nivomat leaf spring, which is a less weight rating, so it sags out, and your Nivomats adjust your suspension. But with these, it's just a shock transverse leaf for shocks, so it holds your car up with about this much wheel gap at all times, even if you have no shock in. So you do have to cut those out, reinforce your shock mount, and then you just put this big burly shock in. I'll show you a video of the coilovers. Rear coil, adjustable, 40 mil lowering, and front. But for now, I'm gonna address, well, I'll lower the front end a little bit. These sway bar end links are coming in a few days, so I'll be throwing those in next. And then pulling the trans and doing the diff, I'll probably do at the same time, but not right now. I'm still just gonna drive the car. The hanging idle isn't too much of a deal. Other than that, it's running great. It's looking good. Looks 1,000 times better now that it's lowered. But yeah, pretty happy with classic swede coils. I mean, I ordered BNE and classic swede the exact same day in April 16th, and they showed up the exact same day in July. So 3 months almost to the date for both of them, which sucks, but what can you do when you buy really stupidly weird, obscure, rare cars? Okay, I just did a hillbilly alignment. I did a -2 degree camber on the front. I just wanted to kind of match the back. I lowered the front. I might lift the front a little bit. No, I got fresh tires for the rear, so once they match, we'll see. Tightened the rebound up on the back, so it should be less bouncy. The quick steer's in. Pretty weird, you do like a turn and a half and you're a full lock. Let's see. There's full lock. Should have taken it before and after, but I think it's supposed to be maybe 10 degrees more. A little bit that good stuff. So I got these S60R brakes. They're all factory Brembos. These ones are a little scuffed up. I don't know. I think it would be pretty cool to paint them Polestar yellow. Put an R on it and throw them in. But so these are the fronts. Obviously, those are the rear. You need a 17 to 8-inch wheel to clear it. Anderson Steel is a company in Europe that makes the brackets. I don't know exactly what size my rotors are, but these use a 330 mil, which is, I want to say those are like 230 or 240. They're micro. I don't know for sure though. But yeah, that'll be the next upgrade is these brakes. They should look pretty sick poking through those wheels because you can see, like, look at how tiny these brakes are compared to the wheel. Backs are even smaller. Look at that thing, it's micro. Yeah, that'd be nice.